Dear friends, welcome back. We will continue our journey of pen testing. The machine I'm going to do together with you would be Funbox Rookie. From my viewpoint, Funbox series is very good. It deserves your own practice. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. In this video, I'd like to take a different way to penetrate into, and also some, techniques will be demonstrated. For example, like, the restrict shell escaping, and also some shell scripting techniques. So there will be a lot to take. Without further ado, let's just get started. We can switch over to Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be net discover. So as you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 205. And what are we going to do next? We need to do the port and surface scanning. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So for now, we just get out its result. So as you can see over here, I use the option like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option of all is ON to output the result into this file. So from the map scanning, we can tell that the target has 1, 2, 3 open port numbers. The first one is 21, which is running FTP service, and also the version information, Pro FTPD, even the exact version number. And also from its default script scanning, we can tell that the target allows anonymous login. Afterwards, we can check it manually. The second one is 22, which is running SSH service, and also the version information. Again, although this version is a bit old, however, we cannot find any vulnerabilities except the username vulnerability. Okay, and the last one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information Apache 2. And also the robots file is available on the target, which contains one disallowed entry. Later we can check it manually. Okay, so what are we going to do next? We need to do immersion. However, where do we start from? As I mentioned in the other videos, of course, I assume that you have already followed my channel. If the target has file sharing service running, for example, like FTP service, Samba service, or NFS service, such a service should become the first choice to enumerate. This case should be the FTP service. So how to enumerate the FTP service? First of all, we need to check whether this version has vulnerability or not. So we can use such as Sprite, press enter. It does have, however, I think the version doesn't match exactly. And I think we have already encountered mod copy vulnerability. Maybe it deserves our manual testing, for example. So how to test the mod copy vulnerability? We can use netcat to connect to the target, and we can use user, and the username is anonymous, and the password is anything, right? So anonymous access granted. And so next we can use the command to copy a file from the source. And so how to do? Let me show you. Site copy from, and for example, we can copy the password of file. However, no such a file. It means that this version doesn't have this vulnerability or mode copy vulnerability. So I'd like to exit from the netcat session. So next, just now, the map has already told us the target allows anonymous login. So now we can log in to the target via FTP, and anonymous and no need to supply the password. And we can get down all files. We can, for example, we can use wget and all, okay? And however, this command cannot retrieve or download the hidden file. We can manually download this file and also the users, okay? So now we can exit. Also, we need to check whether we can navigate across different directories. We cannot. And then we can exit from the FTP session. So next, we need to take a look at the downloaded files one by one. For example, the first one I'd like to check is this one. And we can get out this file. It seems that this is encoded, and to do that we just decode, right? We can use base 64 with the option of D, and as you can see we got the decoded message. Hi admins, be careful with your keys, find them in your name.zip. So I think the key must be live in one of zip file, okay? And the passwords are the old one. It means that the password is not complicated. Maybe we can use John the Ripper or hashcat to crack it, okay? And also this message is left by the root user, okay? So next, I think also I'd like to get out the users. Be careful with your keys. Find them in your, I think this is the same message as the admins, okay? And also the welcome, we can get out the welcome message. So archive user, local time is this one. This is an experimental FTP server. If you have any unusual problems, please report them via to this one. All right, so I think next we need to unzip or decompress this zip file. For example, we can use unzip and followed by the ANA. However, although we can know the file name, compressed file name, but this is a passphrase protected. So of course you can, for example, we can use the zipped John to convert zip file to the hash, and then you'll use the John the Ripper to crack, right? And you can do such a thing one by one, or for example, we can convert this zip file to the hash and then use John the Ripper. However, as you can see, there's so many users. So maybe now we can take advantage of the shell scripting. Okay, so how to do? Maybe I'd like to create the directory, and I'd like to move all zip file to the zip files directory, and then we can go inside this one. So next we can use for file and in and list files on the current directory, do zip to John and file variable hash and file name, okay, done. Okay, so this would be much quicker, right? And all of hashes are these files. Next week, of course, we can use John Ripper to crack one by one. However, I like to combine all hash values into one file. Okay, so how to do? Maybe I can cat hash, and we can all hashes. Okay, and we can cut out this. As you can see, all hash values have been saved into one single file. Next, we can use the John Ripper. The word list will be locq, right? Share word list locq, or okay, press enter. Because I've already made a crack earlier, so this will not go through this cracking process again. So to display the cached password, we can use show. As you can see, we got the two password, this one and this one. So next we can use unzip and to decompress, and the password. So password should be this one. It's successful. In order to use this private key, we need to change its permission settings. Now we can use SH and the ID, private key, and the username. Press enter. However, collection closed by the target. It means that maybe this user doesn't have permission to log in to the target. Okay, which is fine. We have another file. We can decode, dezip, decompress. Sorry, Tom, and the password we can copy from here. Copy and paste in here, and we can rename. For example, we can rename to Tom private key. Okay, so now similarly we need to change its permission settings, and next we can use SSH Tom and the IP address of the target. As you can see, we successfully log in as user Tom. So fantastic, right? And we can list the files, and we of course now we need to do some. Oh, this is a restrict. It means that we are within the restrict shell, and even we cannot navigate across different locations. So I think what we are going to do next, we need to escape from this restrict shell, and I'd like to show you some techniques. Okay, we can exit. The first one I always like to try is use the option of T and SH shell, or change the terminal type, and now we can press enter. However, I think cannot use it this way to make successful collection to the target. So now we need to log in to the target again. And another one I always try, alternatively, I always try this method. We can spawn the another shell, and so how to do? We can check whether netcat is there, so we can open up another tab. Maybe I can zoom in the terminal so you can see what's going on. I'd like to make bigger and bigger. We can set up the listener on the Linux first, and now we can try to run netcat. Press enter. However, we got the error. So it means that this way cannot work, and we need to try something else. And you can get different reversal commands from this website, Pentest Monkey. For example, I'd like to try is this command, and we can paste in here. We need to do some modifications, and the port number, and we can copy, and we can use bash, paste in here, press enter. It looks like it's working. Wonderful. And now can we navigate? Yeah, we can. So anyway, that we have already escaped from the restrict shell, and next we need to do some local enumeration to elevate our privilege. For example, run command ID. As you know, this user Tom belong to the group LXD. Also sudo. We can run sudo. I think cannot. Even we are dead. The machine is, or this session is dead. interesting. So I'd like to quit and make a collection again. Sorry about this, which doesn't matter. We can run it again. And now I think we need to utilize this membership LXT to elevate our privilege. And we can use Google to make some research, LXT, and the first link or the second link, or maybe somewhere else. And I think I've already demonstrated this technique for many times. Okay, so how to do? We can clone. We can open up another tab, zoom in the terminal. We can paste in here. It's done. Now we can copy LXD, and I want to upload this image to the target. And to upload it, we need to set up the web server, because this is the easiest way for me to do. And now we can go back here. We can use we need to navigate to temp directory and use wget to upload Nimpier, or not Nimpiers. We need to copy this file name. Yeah, this one we can copy and paste in here. It's done. Now we can move forward. We can, we have already uploaded, and then we can import this image. And we see image, import, and we can copy the file name. Sorry about this. And the alias, my image. Okay, no problem. We can confirm by running command image list. As you can see, we have already successfully imported the image, and now we can, we can run, or initialization. We can copy and paste in here. However, no storage pool found. So it means that we need to initialize the storage pool first to go on, or to proceed. And to do that, we just run LXD init and just leave the default value. All right. So now we can run this command again. Hopefully this time no error will come back. We can copy. No error. Great. And now we can run this command to do some configuration with this container. And now we can start this container. And now we can run this command to get a shot on this container. All right, the ID. And now we can go to mnt root, and we can go to root directory, and then we can cut out the root flag. So that's pretty much it. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.